Let's do the numerology for the 7th of May, 2024. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 20. And if you add the 2 and the 0 together, you get the number 2. The number 2 is the number of duality. It is the number of consciousness, the mind, the rational mind, especially the left brain. And today, being a number 2 in numerology, you're going to need to think through things carefully before you act. There are lots of crazy thoughts racing around. People want answers right now, but those answers are not quickly forthcoming. Egos want instant gratification, but this is not about getting what we want. This is about really understanding what is at stake and doing the very hard work to make that major shift happen. To do that, we have to get the ego out of the equation. In this case, the ego will only get in the way as it tries to cut corners and take shortcuts. I have found that the greatest things I have ever done were the ones where I took my time and I was extremely careful, meticulous, consistent, and determined. Mastery is acquired by understanding that greatness comes from attention to the details and in recognizing that one's best is never about how we can make it happen quickly. If you want to rush, you are moving from fear. And while you might get a lot done, the question becomes, did you have fun while you were doing it? Were you fully present while you were doing it? And a year from now, will you remember with great care and detail all those things you had to do to make it happen? That last question is the kicker. If you are constantly running because of the demands of your ego, you will not remember the essential steps that allowed one to make something happen. But when we slow down and learn to take it all in, we remember and can recall everything, or at least those essential steps that were important to accomplish, and understand the bigger picture in that moment. We think fast is better, but fast is often cheap, will not stand the tests of time, and are often like fast food. Most fast food is filled with empty energy, whereas a chef loves what he or she does. They love making wonderful food, and that love is in the food they create. Our bodies recognize that, and while feeding the body is okay, when we can also fill up and feed the soul, then many other things happen. When we feed the soul, the creative spirit ignites inside. When we feed the soul, the creative spirit, it becomes more alive. When we feed the soul, we have more energy and insight. When we feed the soul, we have a sense of satisfaction and as if we are in the right place in our world, that we belong and that we make a difference. Thanks, everyone.